Hi everyone, this is Smiley Teri Kitz. I would just like to share the Independent Commission on Infrastructure. During the press briefing, the President discussed a lot of things as to the procedure, the members or the chairperson. What are the powers granted to the commission? And a lot of things during the question and answer. Let's watch this.
Good morning, everyone. Um, I asked to speak to all of you today so that I could bring you up to date and report to the people about what has been happening concerning the ICI. At maraming tanong. The ICI, we've come to call it the ICI because it is the Independent Commission on Infrastructure. And that is the independent commission that we are organizing. As of yesterday, this is the way the commission is going to be organized. Justice Andy Reyes will be the chairperson of the ICI. He was a presiding judge of the Court of Appeals before. He has been a jurist for a very, very long time with a very good record of honesty and fairness and a good record of being able to find justice for those who have been victimized. And together with him are, of course, Babe Singson, who I think is familiar to everyone, as the former DPWH secretary. But beyond that, he has always been working in terms of the infrastructure. And as a former DPWH secretary, he has a good idea of, shall we say, where the bodies are buried. So that will give us immediately a advantage when we're doing this, when the commission is doing its investigation. And of course, the last member is Rosana Fajardo, who is the country managing partner of SGV and Co. She is a certified public accountant, and she has, again, with her experience, and we are hoping to take advantage also with some of the experts that they have in SGV in terms of accounting, forensic accounting, all of these things that will be necessary. We have included Mayor Benji Magalong as a special advisor as well. There have been questions as to why Mayor Benji has been included, and the answer is very simple. When I went to Baguio, at tinignan ko yung mga malabo na flood control project, ay sinalubong niya kaagad ako ng isang report. Investigador naman talaga si Mayor Benji. Kung maalala ninyo, he was the one who wrote, as CIDG head, he was the one who wrote the seminal report on the Mama Sapano incident. And that was immediately that gave me, that's when I came to know of him and saw that he has integrity. And then again, when I went to Baguio, meron na siyang, being a good investigator, he had a very, very detailed, very good report already. So he's been working on this for a while. So marami siyang mako-contribute. So what are the commission's powers? Well, there was a there was a discussion, of course, as to what were the powers to be granted to the commission. And the debate centered around whether they will have subpoena powers and they can also hold people in contempt. Well, upon discussion, we felt clearly that the subpoena powers were necessary. However, the contempt powers, the power to hold people in contempt, I think was not necessary, simply because this is not a prosecutorial body, this is an investigative body. So what the commission will do is that they will investigate, they will call people in, they will subpoena records, they will conduct hearings, and once they have their findings, they will forward those findings to the proper agency. Should it be the ombudsman? Should it be the DOJ? If it's an administrative case of government employees, sa Civil Service Commission, and all of the proper agencies, doon lang sila magrekomenda. And if such personalities continue to avoid or not cooperate with the ombudsman or the DOJ, doon sila makokontempt. So we do not lose that power or capability to hold people in contempt should they not cooperate, should they not respect subpoenas, etc. So yun na ngayon ang ating sitwasyon. We are I'm very encouraged because nung nakausap ko sila, all of them are in agreement that we have to move very quickly. And we have to get something done as quickly as possible. Hindi pwedeng mapanis lahat nitong information na binigay ng taong bayan doon sa isumbong mo sa Pangulo. Kaya sabi namin, bilisan na lang talaga ninyo. And that's why they have to meet as often as possible. That is for them to decide. They have already decided to meet today to make the organizational decisions that need to be made, i.e., how the Secretariat is going to be organized, what sort of people they need to bring that, where their offices will be, kahit yung mga forms na gagawin para doon sa commission, they have to set that. And when asked how often you plan on meeting, ang sagot sa akin, araw-araw. They will meet every day. And either privately or they will hold I don't know if they plan to hold hearings in public. It's all up to them. What I want to stress here is that the independent nature of this commission. Hindi kami makikialam sa trabaho nila. We will, of course, be in discussion with them. We will ask them, ano nangyari, what have you found, what are we doing next, etc. But we are not about to direct them as to how they are going to conduct their investigations. And we are going to leave it up to them. As a matter of fact, in our discussions with them, they also said, may we make suggestions, may we make proposals so as to the procedure for bidding, for all these contracts, para hindi na maulit ito. And we, of course, I said, we're perfectly open to that. What we really want is to fix the system. I was very encouraged because in my meetings with Justice Andy yesterday, sabi niya, we have to make it nothing less than a turning point in the conduct of governance in the Philippines. We have to make a change. It is a fundamental change in the way that we do business. There also have been questions as to why the scope of the investigation is over 10 years, or the last 10 years, rather. The answer is twofold. The practical answer is this. COA is only required to keep records for 10 years. So those are the records that we know we have, na nakakasiguro tayo na matulungan yun. Pangalawa doon, kaya't we'll do it for as long as possible, dahil marami na tayong napag-usapan, at isa sa napakahalaga para sa akin, malaman paano tayo napunta sa ganito. Ba't nagkaganito yung gobyerno natin? Paano nangyari ganito yung naging bidding? Paano nangyari na ganito ang naging pagbigay ng kontrata? How did this evolve? Dahil sa experience ko sa local governments, experience ko sa legislature, hindi naman ganito. Ngayon lang, we have to find out how this happened and what are the changes that we need to make so that we make this into an inflection point in terms of how government does its business, and to make sure that the funds that belong to the people are well spent and properly spent, to the advantage of all of us, to advantage of the economy, to advantage of those who are in danger areas. So that is why the 10-year period. Those are the two reasons, basically, why the 10-year period was specified. To go further, we are actually now, since we have canceled all flood control projects for 2026, those savings, we already put a menu. Kaya para nga, unang-una, kahit na for the budget na sinusulat ngayon, kailangan na maliwanag na mapupunta sa tamang lugar. And so we have made a menu for our legislators to follow and say that all insertions, all changes made can only be made to the benefit of these agencies here. And they basically cover education, agriculture, health, housing, infra, ICT, labor, social, energy. Pero ibang nature nito. So that is the first step that we are taking. The other step that I was a little surprised to find out was that kapag tinanggal na yung rule na dati na kapag may project ang national government sa isang LGU, pagtapos na yung project, kailangan i-accept nung mayor, kailangan i-accept nung governor. Kati barangay captain, kailangan tatanggapin niya, titignan nila. And this is an important safeguard. Dahil, pagka nasa LGU ka, hindi mo naman pinagkikitaan yung project. Kaya, ang maliwanag, titignan to talaga na tama, na yung kalsada, 8 inches talaga yung konkreto. Pagka may asphalt overlay, makapal talaga yung asphalt overlay. Yung flood control, lahat yan. And so, I have instructed the DPWH, and for that matter, all of the departments to return that. Tinanggal in the last administration yan yung acceptance. Alala ko nung governor ako, walang natatapos na, walang pwedeng sabihin completed kung hindi accepted ng local government. Babalik natin yun. Tinanggal nila in the last administration. We are putting it back because that is one of the best safeguards that we have. So that is essentially the situation as it stands. We are trying to move as quickly as possible. In the meantime, of course, our attention continues to be directed to the work of government, that the infrastructure development continues, that our education program continues, that our social programs also continue na walang patid. As a matter of fact, we are accelerating them and increasing them. So that's generally the situation.
All right.
All right.